Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 6th episode of Dumb Individually. You may have noticed that you can see us now.
Very nice.
Yes, because of Spotify's new update to their interface and what they're going to change with the recording system and the process, I am updating everything, and we're going to be changing this to video most of the time. There might still be occasional times where it's audio only.
Of course.
But that will be pretty rare. I want to start doing more video podcasts more often, especially.
We could do split screens every once in a while.
Yes, we might do split screens if one of us is outside. So we'll definitely be able to do a lot more episodes coming up. Another thing I'd just like to mention, the power went out pretty recently.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a little dark. I mean, it came back a few minutes ago, but that's why we're recording. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We were actually outside when it happened.
Oh, we saw the boom. It was bright.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of us
Mhm.
because there was like this big electrical explosion and everything, and then the power came back. So we were outside, explosion happened, every light outside shut off, and then the lights came back on, and then another explosion happened.
But when the lights came on, they didn't come on yellow like they do in a house. They came on white.
Yeah, it was like it went dark, really, really bright, and then it went back to being. It seemed even
Mhm.
darker than it was before.
Right
That
when
was the biggest nope.
Yeah, right when it hit, I thought it was what's it called? A
flash
flash
grenade.
bomb.
Yeah.
A flash grenade. And I went, oh, flash grenade terrorists.
Yeah.
And we started running after I said that.
Yeah, we were sprinting, but and then we went and we got some food. So like I got some cookie dough that we're gonna be probably snacking on during this. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we
Should have saved the root beer.
I should have saved the root beer.
Yeah.
Oh well, we got water. But moving on. How's things going for you? So
Going
far?
all right. Fun day.
Yeah. Anything new recently?
I was greatly respected on a biography of myself. A very short biography that was only made for documents, but it was very respectful from someone I didn't expect to be so respectful.
That's pretty nice. I have a few things that have happened recently. First off, I'm going to be testing for my 3rd degree black belt this June. I'll be going down to California for that, so that'll be really nice. I started making, while it is only really Scratch, I did start making some more games just simply because I came across my old project, saw that it was unfinished. I just said, what the heck, I'll finish it up, right? I finished it, and I just couldn't stop making games. I'm working on the 3rd. I got a voice actor for it and everything. It's so cool. In fact, I'm helping. Yeah. He's going to be my animator for part of it too. So, but yeah, it's, the other day I tried trying to find inspiration for it. And I was like, see if extra inspiration is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. Look around, see if I can get ideas. I'm the first one to try and make a 3D game in Scratch. Apparently, at least I couldn't find any others. So that's good.
Yeah, the original.
Yes, original ideas. Let's go. I'd like to start the episode. My plan for today is I want to do a Would You Rather.
Bit of a Would You Rather and a couple other questions.
Yeah, Would You Rather, ask a few other things, but obviously I want you to explain your answer when you pick it. So, I'm going to start off in just a second. Okay, so
That's great.
I just tried to pick up my water, and the thing it was on stuck to it, so it just lifted with the cup, and that was hilarious. Did you see it?
Yeah, I don't think it was that funny, but
I just thought it was unexpected.
Yes, it was.
Anyways, I'm going to start off with the Would You Rathers now. Dylan.
Yes? Spit it out.
Would you rather live forever or have a full life? But that means with death, obviously.
Yeah. I would rather live forever because with science, living forever is terrible because then everyone dies and you live through the universe ending.
Dang.
Yeah. And you live through the universe ending. But if you live forever, that means you have constant energy, which means if everything were to die, if neutron stars were to collapse and turn into big balls of iron, and if black holes were to do anything, you'd be able to just touch a big ball of iron that was once a neutron star, put energy through it, and it would start a chain reaction throughout the entire universe. That
so you
could possibly restart everything, or you could experience what going through a black hole would be like without dying. So you could
So
just
you're saying
jumpstart everything.
So you're saying it's more than immortal. You're saying you can't die, possibly.
Yeah. You'd live forever.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like, because there's being immortal and there's living forever. Immortal is you can't die of age, but you can still be killed.
Yeah.
So is that what you're saying? Or are you saying you can't be killed, you can't die whatsoever?
You cannot die at all. That's living forever. Yeah.
Oh, I think I have to agree with you in that case, because like, if it was a thing where you could still die from other things, but it was just not of age, then I would say full life. But with the whole, it doesn't matter what you do. You could do some really stupid and funny stuff. Like, there'd be no fear anymore. You could just like, you know what? I'm going to try this out. No fear whatsoever. Do it. Fail. You would have broken your neck, but you didn't.
Yeah.
That'd be absolutely hilarious. And then also with the...
You become the best at everything.
Yeah, you have the time to as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could also you could screw with people in the future. You could put like something in your backyard, wait like a few thousand years, pull it out of the backyard, make it the most unrelated piece of knowledge ever.
I just discovered this
Yeah.
uranium thing, but...
Yeah. Or like bury something on the surface of Mars, wait like thousands of years for scientists to find it. Speaking of which, if you could bury something on the surface of Mars to confuse scientists, what would it be?
I would say Dylan was here.
Just put in... No,
they would be so confused. They go, "Who's Dylan? When did he come here?
And why?
This is in English." How, like,
I would do...
so many good questions, and they would just...
I would put down a map of the Earth with a bunch of random cities circled. Or like tally marks, things crossed out, a big X somewhere random.
Roman Empire gone.
Like, yeah, exactly. Do all the dead empires.
The Egyptians wiped out.
Just do all those X's and then like circle like the United States. That'd be so funny.
That would be...
Imagine getting there and like, oh no. That'd be...
Now just remember, we're not terrorists.
We're not.
So don't take this literally.
No, I just think that'd be hilarious to screw with people. It'd be kind of like overriding someone's music. It's essentially what we're doing. We're changing everyone's plans in that case.
Yeah.
All right. You go.
All right. Would you rather be forced to watch... Oh, this one's terrible. 6 hours of My Little Pony or Powerpuff Girls?
Oh, dang. I'll go first on this one because you went first on the last one.
Well, obviously I asked, but...
Yes. I gotta say Powerpuff Girls for this one, in my opinion. Just because not a huge fan of my Little Pony. I'm not a huge fan of either, but if I had to do a ranking scale of like how much I don't like them, My Little Pony is further down that scale.
Okay, I get it.
Just because Powerpuff Girls is like I feel like it's almost the female version of Gumball. While Gumball works for both genders, you know what I mean? It's like the opposite.
Mm-hmm. I would have done...
Actually, no, it's more like Teen Titans.
Yeah.
It's a female version of Teen Titans. That's what it is.
I would have done My Little Pony only because my sister used to watch My Little Pony all the time, so I actually have background in that. I don't know a thing about Powerpuff Girls, so I didn't want to risk it. My Little Pony, though, still probably one of the worst franchises out there.
You just offended somebody. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Peyton.
I apologize.
I'm sorry, Peyton.
That's amazing. Anything else?
No.
No. All right. I guess it's my turn. All right. Here's a Star Wars one. Would you rather visit/live on Tatooine or Coruscant? The desert planet or the city planet? Or should I change this? And say
what time?
What time
are we
period?
talking? Yeah. What?
Galactic Republic. So episodes 1, 2, 3. Before Order 66.
I would rather live on not Tatooine. Coruscant. It was more peaceful there. They had some drama with the Empire and stuff.
No, not really. The change to the Empire wasn't really that bad for them.
Well, yeah, but they had a couple kidnapped people.
Well, yeah, they had an increase in policing and stuff like that.
But
overall, daily life didn't change.
I would rather live on Coruscant. Much better lifestyle. Though if we were talking
episode 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, or even the later ones, I would live on Tatooine. Higher chance of survival if you live on Tatooine.
No one touched Coruscant after episode 3.
I thought it got blown up.
Alderaan did.
Oh, that okay. I don't know much about these these things.
I also have to agree with you on this one with Coruscant, but not just because like I have for different reasons, just because simply Coruscant. I always loved it as a planet idea. Never-ending city, like the traffic was like.
Oh, it's the one.
cars.
It's the one that the Empires first started at. I thought it was
Yes.
the one that Leia was from.
No, Leia's from Alderaan. That's the grass one where the do plays while they all blew up. But
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good to know.
But yeah, Coruscant was the never-ending city one, the one that had the Jedi Temple on it, and the like lanes of traffic
that's
that were
a
like
fun place. I do really like it.
Yeah, I've always loved the design of that place. I wish they'd had more scenes there.
I want to know what's deeper down in the red stuff.
Yeah, because you could seem like you could fall eternally. So does it go down to the planet's core? Because that planet had a population of several hundred trillion, I thought is what it said, and that's a lot of people. Earth has 8 billion, something like that right now. So it's that times 1,000 times another like 90.
And the city is floating on top of the tallest mountain on the planet.
Oh, yeah, isn't it? I believe I remember seeing something where it was like
That's in
I
the
can't
Obi-Wan
remember
show.
the series, not just that.
Or the Andor show, which I actually quite liked. Not everyone liked it. I loved it.
I liked Andor. But Andor was a pretty good show.
Only because it went into more of the realistic government side of
That was pretty cool.
all of Star Wars.
All right. I just asked this one, so you ask this one.
Would you rather have a name that is hard to pronounce or hard to spell?
Ooh, that's a good one. See, did you go first? Yeah, you went first in the last one, so I'll go first in this one. I say hard to spell not because I think I could just spell it out when people are saying it, rather than have to have them say it differently. But it'd be so funny to have a name that's so easy to pronounce. They're like, "Oh yeah, your name's John," but it's spelled the worst way possible. Sorry that his dogs are acting up.
They like to bite each other.
They have it spelled like the worst way possible. Like, "Oh yeah, you're John. Well, how's it spelled? G." That you're already off to a bad start.
Yeah.
You're already off to I don't like you anymore.
You pronounce it Gohan, but it's John.
Yeah. You're like, it should be pronounced Gohan. It's pronounced John.
Except it's Gojam.
Gohan.
No,
John.
Go John or Gohan.
Johan. All right, what about you?
I'd rather have a name that's hard to pronounce because you could have so many funny pronunciations.
Bro.
Like,
True.
I don't have an example. Like my friend Samu. A lot of the teachers call him Samu. I used to call him Samu. It's very funny. I call him Samui. Samui. Just Sam sometimes. Mew. A lot of people call him. It's just a lot of fun, different nicknames, pronunciations, and good ways to make fun of them.
That's a really good. That's actually a genuinely good reason. That might maybe change my answer.
And you could make someone feel so bad for mispronouncing it. You could go, "How dare you mispronounce my name? That's an ancestral name. That's so like be a Karen about it." Now,
Actually, it's Karine.
I'm not saying be a Karen. I'm just saying it's sometimes funny
Still
to get on
Karine.
people's nerves. Be a Karen.
You know, that's a good enough question. I'm going to put that in the poll below this episode. If you're on Spotify, other users, I'm sorry. I don't know if the poll appears on there.
Losers.
The Spotify users, below this video, there's going to be a poll. Answer that question. Would you rather have a name that's hard to pronounce or hard to spell? And if you want to, you can leave a comment that explains why. Because I always enjoy reading the comments that people leave when it comes to things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
All right. Here's mine. Would you rather only eat your favorite meal forever or never be able to eat that meal again?
I'd rather never eat it again. Because it's your favorite meal. If you eat it forever, you're going to get sick of it. Or if you only eat it for the rest of your life, you're going to get sick of it. It's going to be bad. It's probably not that healthy because, we're Americans.
Let's say it has no health consequences.
No health consequences. It would still get old. I would rather never eat it again. Because every time you get a new favorite, you get to try new things out. You got to get new tastes.
And then you can't have it again.
You can't have that, so you got to move on. It's constant flow.
True.
And new foods are always invented too. So,
but that was actually there was something I wanted to add to what you said, but one of the things I can't remember what the heck it was. One of the things that you said during that was it say some of that again.
What was the question? Only your favorite meal forever?
Yeah, you said it never again.
Never again, so that I could get new meals forever, or was it the health benefits or consequences, or was it the taste getting old?
I think it was along the health line. It was after that.
Because
I said no health consequences.
Yes.
Oh, I remember what it was. What if you just decided that your favorite meal was like 8 different platters of meals? So you're just like, oh, I like these 12 plates of things. This is my favorite meal. 12 big plates of all these different foods. And you just had different parts of that meal every day. But it'd still be the same meal. You're just having, oh yeah, this is what I was originally having as my side. But it's now a full meal. So you could just seriously get a big table, put out all the plates of food and just like, this is my favorite meal. And then you're stuck with it forever. And you're just like, all right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like just different foods you'd have. And if you have 12 rather than 7, you can actually have days during the week where you cycle because there's still those extras that you're missing. You still have those extra 5 plates that you're like, okay, maybe next week I have this for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then the other ones that I have for Friday and Saturday, I can just swap it around or, and stuff like that. And then Sunday you have different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could cycle through things.
You don't even have to finish things. You can just get a bit of the sweet so that nothing gets old for a very, very long time.
So that's why I say only eat your favorite meal forever. Because you could literally choose, you could pick like a full restaurant essentially and just be like, their entire menu is my favorite. Boom.
What is your favorite meal?
Oh, okay. I have to say my favorite meal is homemade Alfredo. Now, I don't care if it's chicken Alfredo or regular Alfredo. Depending on the chicken Alfredo, I think that might be better. But just plain Alfredo sometimes, it's differently.
See, no offense to my mom's cooking, because she's got good cooking, but I don't like homemade Alfredo at all, very much at all.
That's fair. What about mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese is...
homemade or craft? Which
not
is better?
Homemade.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever had bacon mac and cheese?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think it was good, but there's a certain
amount
bitterness to both bacon and mac and cheese that don't complement each other.
Yeah, you need to have just the right amount of bacon. Mm-hmm. It can be overdone and underdone very quickly. You have to have perfect. It's like you're either too far or not enough. There's a very thin line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. What about your favorite drink?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Boom. Perfect. Just kidding.
Favorite drink.
Here, let's just stick with non-soda related. So not a pop or soda. Favorite just regular static drink. So this is things like water, juice, milk, orange juice, which is a kind of juice. So I should have just said juice.
Monster, because it'll kill you the fastest.
Monster is a pop.
No, not really.
It's an energy drink, which I'm counting out of the pop.
You seriously?
Yeah. Favorite drink that's not... It's not an energy... If it doesn't have caffeine or carbonation, how about that?
No caffeine or... Oh, jeez.
Actually, no, just not carbonated. So it can have caffeine if it's not carbonated.
Oh, Monster's not carbonated half the time.
It is carbonated.
You can get it uncarbonated.
I'm not counting it. I'm not counting. It's an energy drink. If it's not an energy drink or soda.
I've gotten something along the lines of Monster uncarbonated.
You were just cheated out of a Monster. Huh. But favorite not one of those. No pops or energy drinks. Favorite, just
it's just water then.
Just water?
That's all there is left.
Okay.
There's water, coffee, and tea. Coffee's
and
all right.
And there's juices, and there's things like yoo-hoos and orange juice and fruit punch.
Yeah,
and
but water's the one that
strawberry.
doesn't get old because it's so bland. And also you need it.
Water's temperature is its flavor.
Not necessarily.
You sure?
Do
you prefer warm water or cold water?
I prefer cold water.
It's the same thing, though.
Except I don't necessarily prefer cold water. I prefer room temperature, slightly above room temperature, or slightly below room temperature water.
Exactly. That's the flavor of water.
But the mineral content, I'm really
that
good
does change the flavor, too.
I'm really good at telling the difference between the mineral content of water.
You can't say that no temperature doesn't change it.
No, temperature definitely does change it.
Refrigerated water?
I've got a funny story. So I only like the water from my house the best, or from St. George, but they kind of change it up. But my general area has the best water in my opinion. Down in Hurricane, which is near St. George, where my grandma lives, and
I know her.
a lot of other places down south, and a little eastern, I think. Is that the right direction? No.
Correct me if
Western,
I'm wrong, but
western,
yeah,
south and western. The
Southwest.
southwest, yeah, that water isn't the best. Southeast water, the just plain up there water, north water is decent, but
How far north? Because
basically north from here. No matter the distance, as long as it's not in like Canada, because I haven't tasted Canada water.
speaking of Canada, actually, okay, so my uncle, he lives in Canada. If he's listening to this, shout out to him. And I remember a while ago he brought back this Canadian gum, and I like to try new things, so I said, you know what, screw it, I'll try it. It was soap flavored gum.
Soap?
Right? Soap flavored, right? So I try it. Most of my family tried it. It came in this really weird packet, and you had to like pop it out of this little tinfoil thing. But I was the only one in my family who actually liked it, like at all. So like every time my uncle, well, it doesn't taste actually like soap. It tastes. I'm assuming Canadian soap's different because it tasted nothing like soap.
I believe all soap. It's just about the same, no matter what brand.
Well, it tasted nothing like soap.
You could get Dove, and it might smell different than like the other ones.
Bath and Body Works or something.
Bath and Body Works, but it's all soap. It's all soap.
Well, true, it's all soap, but it tasted nothing like soap. It had this unique flavor that I literally cannot describe, but it tasted actually pretty dang good. Like, I'm not joking, it didn't taste like soap, even though on the back of the thing says, it now tastes like soap. It didn't.
All right, what I was saying, though, because I was rambling.
Yeah, sorry.
So down there, they say there's this one whale spot, like a...
Whale?
A water
well.
You can get water inside of it. Under the ground, and everyone in St. George and down in that Hurricane area, and just all of southern Utah says it's the best water you can get in Utah. So I went down there because we go down there all the time. So we went down there and decided to go try it, and it tasted just like water from here. It tasted just like our water. They're going, it's the best water on earth. It tastes like our water. I don't know what they're talking about.
Water is water. Well, I'm saying there is different tastes.
It tasted exactly the same as this water. Their water tastes terrible. There must be some chlorine or something in there.
If there's a scientist listening to this, they're probably having a stroke simply because of the fact that we're saying water is not water, but water is water.
Yeah.
My water's better.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Well, you said your favorite drink was water. I didn't get to mine yet.
Oh, you didn't.
Before I forget, you mentioned St. George. And then I remembered I have a really good friend down in St. George who moved pretty recently. So if you're watching this, hi.
Does she know about this?
Oh, yeah, she knows about this. She usually texts me after every episode, so.
It's fun.
Send me the text. But anyways, my favorite drink, besides any of those, is probably... See, you're not going to think this is insane because you've had it, but everyone else listening to this is going to think I'm insane. So you know how... As a kid, I am a kid. If you have, a cup of milk and you put the chocolate syrup in it and you stir it, you know what I'm about to say. You stir it around, right? You know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you make chocolate milk. And some people out there heard that and are like, "What? Yeah, you should try that. It's actually a pretty good way to make chocolate milk."
A lot of restaurants do it. Like, one of the IHOPs near me does it. Or a lot of breakfast places do it. I don't know if it was IHOP, but breakfast places.
Speaking of IHOP, is it just me or did a few years ago we all just started realizing what the acronyms were, or am I just dumb?
You're dumb.
Like, as a kid, I never connected the two because I heard about one through a comedian, and then I just knew IHOP was IHOP. And then I heard someone say the International House of Pancakes, and my head didn't make that click because no one described it as IHOP.
Me and all my friends knew it was International House of Pancakes since we were 3, so I think it's just you. I'm sorry.
That's fine. But I'm sorry, but I was like, I remember being in bed one day. What was I, like 5, 6? And I was like, wait a minute. IHOP. I turned, I just mind blown for some reason. Same thing happened with KFC, actually.
Oh my.
It was a while ago.
Oh my goodness, Jax. Okay.
Well, I didn't go to KFC that often, so in my head I just joked about it, and I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, it was absolutely hilarious.
Another funny story of him mixing up names with products.
Oh, I know where you're gonna go with.
So, I don't know how old he was, but he's still older than me, so I still found him more mature.
Until now.
And until this happened. Then I thought he was a little mental.
I am.
And so we went to Sonic with him, not the rest of his family, just him. And we were getting around, and they asked, "What do you guys want?" And I said something like a chili dog or something like that. And he said, because I didn't expand there,
onion rings.
He said onion rings, and we drive around. We get the onion rings, and he takes a bite of. He goes. Now the onion rings are like that big, but he's small, so there's like that big. So he takes a bite and he goes, "Ew! There's onions in these!" And he was trying not to be ungrateful.
I was so shocked.
But he was so surprised and upset because apparently he thought, like...
I can give you an explanation. Yeah. So, I grew up, or I still live next to an Arctic Circle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, I would always get the chicken rings from Arctic Circle, but I didn't know what they were called. I just knew my parents got them for me. And then I saw onion rings in movies that had the same shape and the same breading. So my little tiny brain went, this is an onion ring, while holding a chicken ring. Because I'm dumb, as clearly mentioned by the whole IHOP KFC thing. But
I'm surprised you actually got smarter than me.
Well, see, I'm smart on other things. I'm dumb on my own when it comes to other things. That's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah.
But so when I went there and they said onion ring, my head pictured the Arctic Circle chicken ring, and I'm like, I love those things. Those are like my favorite. They still are some of my favorite chicken nuggets out there.
I've never had them before.
We're gonna have a field day after this.
I think we should.
Go out there, record like a blog with the phone. And this is the first time trying to. We'll put it on a bonus episode. But so when I had that, I took a bite, and I was expecting chicken, and it was like crunched weird, and I'm like, what? Because my brain, it just like suddenly clicked in my head, and I was like, they're called onion rings for a reason.
He wanted meat and bread, and he got teary vegetable and bread.
Yeah.
Sour vegetable and...
So, I was expecting like, oh, this is going to be like the best chicken. This isn't chicken. It was just so...
He looked betrayed.
I felt betrayed. In fact, I still feel betrayed. But yeah, back to where, sorry, we rambled a little bit there. I actually didn't get to say my favorite drink, but you know how, chocolate, make the chocolate milk with the syrup. If you get... You've had it before and you like it.
The idea is gross.
The idea is gross, but I dare you to try it. Try it. With this next thing I'm going to say. Because if you get caramel syrup...
It's so painful to...
It's so painful to explain, but when I forced him to try it, he actually was like,
it's not good. It's not bad.
It's not bad. If you put caramel syrup, and I think it has to be a little bit extra than when you do chocolate, because caramel already has a milky flavor to it.
And caramel doesn't mix all too well.
So you have to put a little bit extra caramel in, and then mix around with the milk. It's the best. I love it. It's addicting. It's as addicting as the cookie dough that we're already a little over halfway through, even. But
I think
that stuff is addicting as crazy. It's absurd.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to leave a comment and tell me what your favorite drink is and why it's your favorite drink, that'd be a better idea than the other one. So answer the poll and then tell me your favorite drink. That'd be a good idea. Now I want to actually ask you your favorite pop drink. So now, not including the basic ones, now we're doing the sodas.
Okay. Powerade or a good, like, full sugar caffeine Coke?
Yes, that's pretty good. Speaking of a Powerade, that reminds me of a few recipes I have. I'll have to show you later. I don't want to disclaim them here because, but I'll probably have to start it on a different channel or whatever in the future. But my favorite drink. Okay, root beer's on that list. Root beer's very high up there. If not number 1, then definitely top 3. Number 2, Dr. Pepper. I've been a Dr. Pepper guy for so long because for a while it was like my dad would get Cokes, Pepsis, Coke, and kind of back more Cokes obviously, but there was the occasional Pepsi, and then I had the Dr. Pepper, and I just always was like gravitated towards it, and I didn't realize it was my favorite, but I just was always like, I prefer this. And then they had the strawberry flavor recently. That flavor was so controversial. Not really controversial, but it was like, you either love it or you hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, I loved it. I was on that side.
I was not.
You were not.
I didn't. Now, I was far to one side, but it's not like I hated it. It's just like I'm never going to drink it ever again in my entire life.
Oh, yeah, there's something that you try out. Like the Dream Coke when it came out. I bought it. I tried it. It tasted a lot like the mango. It tastes like a mango flavored Coke. It actually wasn't bad. Pretty good. They still have the AI, well, the white, what is it, Y2000 or something like that flavor. They're still selling it. They've been selling it for months now, actually. I remember seeing it was like limited time in October, and it's February.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have had to check my watch for that. I was actually just checking the time. And yet I forgot what time it was. I know there's a clock right there on the screen. That's how dumb I am at this moment. The further into the night we get, the dumber I get. So. Oh, and there's a book right there that even says the far side of February. I had so many context clues to tell me what day and time it was, and I just ignored them all.
It was really pathetic, actually. Quite funny.
Oh, well, we've all done it before. You can't tell me you've never had a moment where you looked at your phone to see what time it is, you put your phone away, and then you think, what time is it? So you grab your phone again.
And I've had that moment with more than one thing, with more than one nouns.
All right. Now I'm going to go to my next question. I believe I think I just asked, so yeah, it's your turn.
Would you rather have your brain swapped with a pigeon or with a crow?
Ooh. That's a unique one. Pigeon or a crow. So I'd have to be really dumb, but live in groups.
Pigeons are smart. So are crows.
Some of them are dumb.
They're both some of the smartest birds out there.
True. But pigeons act dumb.
Pigeons act dumb.
I'd have to act dumb in groups or act...
It's like chickens. The chickens are smart. Well, they're not that smart, but they're smart. They're scary looking, but they have a bad rap and they look dumb.
See, part of me wants to say crow to be like, I'm cool and all. But then my brain's like, but don't grandmas feed pigeons?
Yeah, that is true.
So I would get free food for the rest of my life if I became a pigeon. Being a crow, I'd have to hunt it down. So it's like, I could be cool, or I could live for free forever. I think I'm picking the pigeon.
I'm picking the crow only because they're the smartest, they're fast, they're sleek, they know how to get along with certain things, they know how to survive in different situations.
Need to when Grandma Jenkins feeds you every day.
Okay.
Just kidding.
But, your situation, you're going to get kicked a lot.
I'm going to get kicked a lot, yeah.
You
but I'm
could
going to get fed every day. But I get the full 360 head turn.
Crows are just really good at a lot of stuff, so I would be a crow.
And my head can turn about 360 degrees. And I believe pigeons' field of vision is we can see up to here. They can see all partially behind them too with their eye. It's insane how wide their vision is. Yeah. So I'd be able to see just about everything going on around me. I get fed every day. I could do funny things. Have you seen that meme with the pigeon who salutes? I could do things like that and get filmed. I guess you do have as a crow, you have the murder jokes and whatever. Yeah. But there's positives and negatives to both, I would say, because being a pigeon, the negative is people tend to despise you.
They hate you and they're going to kick you.
The only person who doesn't like you, the only person who does like you is the one grandma and the person from Home Alone, which wasn't really a grandma, but...
Sad people.
Yeah, sad people. But then you get food from them. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of...
It's sad people food. They're covered in germs.
It's bread.
It's germs.
It's bread. Here, but the negatives of the crow.
Negatives of the crow. They are very negatively seen in a different way. They're more like symbols of death than I want to kick you.
You'd have to show up to every funeral ever. Mm-hmm. See, I get to show up to random birthday parties and steal cake, and people get mad at me, but I'm flying off with it anyways. You have to be at a funeral, and people will just accept you being there. So it's both. You're both like, oh, I'm happy here, but it's a funeral. Mm-hmm. But there's fun in funerals.
Or if I show up and on a sunny day, to everyone go, oh.
People go,
why? Well, now I'm going to be sad for the rest of the day. I was going to say something else, but
yeah. And I always forget. Are crows legally able to be hunted?
I don't think so.
Because I feel like in some places maybe.
I think you can kill one if it's in your way.
So you have the more likely.
But you can't get a shotgun and shoot a pigeon.
For some, well, true. You can't really do
Well,
that.
maybe you could. Let's find out.
Yeah, here. Let's pull up Google. Give us one moment. Can you kill a pigeon or a crow?
Is it legal to kill it? Okay. Is it legal to kill a pigeon?
Is it legal to kill a low?
Oh, I was wrong. You can trap and kill pigeons. There are, however, certain exceptions and details to these laws that,
we do not endorse the killing of pigeons. But you do as you please. But I don't endorse it.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it legal to kill a crow? I seriously doubt it.
Is it legal to kill a low?
The USDI fish, and I don't want to get plagiarized.
Blah 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 blah. You plagiarized. It's you're reading. They know it's a way.
You need a permit to kill a crow.
Okay, so people can, but then they're more likely to try to. So if you do already have a crow, killing permit, you're more likely to try to kill them because you now have the permit.
You don't need a killing permit. You need a crow killing permit.
Well, yeah, but if you have a crow killing permit, now you're more likely to try to kill crows because now you're like, oh, I'm going to use this thing.
But more pigeons die than crows.
I know more pigeons die than crows.
Okay then.
But I'll die being fed. I'm just kidding.
I'll die being smarter.
I'll die being smarter. I'll die living happier and having a rich life of bread. You do realize bread is a very strong...
You're a street dove. You're a dove that got cut up in smoke.
I could see
you're a dove, a nice pretty white dove that flew over a chimney in 1800 New York, got covered in smoke, and then gave that to your kids.
I'm a retired spy.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. I think I just did some...
This is a good segue into the next bigger topic that we've been thinking about for a while,
yes,
which is...
we've been talking about this for a little bit. I feel like this is your decision.
Which is the you say it.
Okay. Our nickname for this was the Neurodivergent Dolphin. We even kept the secret from our friends whenever we said something around it, or about it.
Because we wanted them to listen.
We wanted them to listen to this, so if you're listening to it, you better be.
Well, they will. They will.
Anyways.
Actually, some of them might.
Alright, so, to start off, imagine a monkey. It's one of the, more intelligent, actually not really more intelligent, but, has the opposable thumbs closest to humans. Right?
They're smart. They're dumb.
But they're
the perfect. They're average intelligence.
They're the symbol of our podcast.
Yeah.
They should be. I should make that the symbol of our podcast.
I was gonna make the symbol a dolphin monkey hybrid, but like a cartoonish, so it's not freaky.
Yes, and the dolphin part was I was actually gonna say, imagine a monkin and a monkin. Imagine a monkey and a dolphin. Actually, that'd be probably what would be called a monkin. Imagine a monkey and a dolphin swapping brains. So a dolphin's brain inside a monkey's body, and a monkey's brain inside a dolphin's body.
And we're just gonna go over
everything
that could possibly happen.
Yeah. Well, so first off, the monkey would panic, and I'm saying when I say the monkey, I'm referring to the monkey's brain. So in the dolphin's body would immediately panic due to the fact that it probably believes it's being drowned.
Mm-hmm.
The dolphin would also be panicking, but for a different reason.
It would think it was about to fall, Because if the monkey was swinging in a tree or something, or just sitting in a tree, the dolphin probably, if they told them move the flipper, their arms are going to move out, but they're not going to know how to move their fingers, so they're just going to fall over.
The monkey, the monkey's mind, it's inside that body, the dolphin's body, it's probably going to just start falling into the sea a little bit, because it's not going to know what is happening.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I don't know if it's spinning or what, but it's going to be panicking. Because now when it turns its head, it can't do that anymore. Its body's going to, come with it a little bit. So it's going to be like, look left and its whole shoulder turns.
Mm-hmm.
The dolphin is going to be discovering that this is no longer part of its hardware. It can now turn its head and its shoulders don't turn. Mm-hmm. Its arms don't turn.
Yeah.
So it's going to be getting used to that.
Now, of course, they're both mammals, so breathing wouldn't be too much of a problem because your brain just says, breathe and you breathe. It doesn't matter how. And they're not physically, their brains were not physically, surgically swapped. It's just like their mind went into the other mind,
Yes. But yeah, the dolphin, whether it would probably fall if it was swinging from a tree, it'd fall
Yeah.
immediately
So let's just assume that it was
on
in
the
a
ground.
safe place on the ground, maybe
On the
but
ground in a tree.
safer.
It'd probably immediately look at its hand
Yeah.
and realize it's not connected anymore. It's not this. It's this. So
Mhm.
it'd probably be playing with figuring out how this works for like 6 hours. Just like,
It wouldn't just be fingers. It would also be all this because dolphins
Yeah,
and
true.
whales, they have the finger bones and the hand bones.
fun fact.
They don't have down here, but they have a little bit of what's down here.
Yeah.
But they have the fingers. They don't have any of this.
Yeah, fun fact. Yeah, they do have finger bones. So whales have bones that are literally finger bones. So do horses.
They don't have flipper bones though. No, or they don't have feet bones in their flippers. So the feet and these arms would be very interesting to them, but boring at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot would happen with the fingers and wrists.
Yeah, it'd be like, what on earth is this? Second of all, next thing that would happen, do you think the monkey would ever figure out what is going on, how to work swimming before it got to the bottom? Because the thing is, it's a dolphin. It does have to come up for oxygen. So would that monkey just end up drowning in time, or do you think it would figure it out?
Well, dolphins a lot of times swim at least 2 or 3 together, you know, and they're generous to each other most
So
of the time.
They'd probably be helped out.
They're weird creatures. They do terrible things to each other and to others.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's appropriate.
Don't
but
bring it up.
drugs is appropriate though.
Oh,
We can say
okay, yeah, that's true.
one thing they do I cannot mention. The other thing they do is smoke pufferfish. They like to smoke pufferfish. So the one dolphin would realize, oh, the other one's struggling, maybe push it up to air. So
You're saying if it wasn't alone, it would survive.
Mm-hmm. But if the dolphin monkey were just swimming under there, doing whatever,
If it was just alone,
it wouldn't really realize what to do because it had to flap
so
its
it would just
wrists.
suffocate.
Yeah, it would be like a mix of flapping your shoulders and your wrists at the same time.
It'd be like
It
trying to
wouldn't-
move your shoulder and your entire arm comes with. I mean, obviously your entire arm does, but like your arm is now permanently straightened out. Really,
Mhm.
you can bend it maybe like
This and this are the exact
you can do
same
this.
thing.
Really, you can bend it like here, 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 here.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of stuck. So you're like, oh, I can.
It might figure out how to use its tail because if it were freaking out, it would just try and shake its legs and its back and its.
Sure, but it wouldn't be able to
'Cause
see.
monkeys
But
have
then
tails?
again, it can't see the tail,
Yeah, so it doesn't.
so it
know
won't be able
sound.
to. It'll probably feel it's there. But it probably won't know how to control it.
Yeah, it might realize the
It's a
push,
completely different motor function.
but it'll be very difficult to do the front fins to steer.
It's like learning a new, not really a new skill, but like I can wiggle my ears. But trying to explain it to anybody, you can't tell them how because it's a motor function. It's not that some people don't have it, or I mean, obviously some people physically can't. But my theory is that there's more people that actually can. They just literally don't know how. Because for me, it was something I did for a while, and I'm like, oh, it's just something nobody sees. It was just a little fidget that I could do without anybody feeling it. Because I'm just like, oh yeah, it just feels weird, and I do that. And then I looked in the mirror, I'm like, no, that's connected to something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that. It's a completely different function that you definitely wouldn't know how to do if you switch bodies. But the dolphin probably try to move its tail, like the dolphin's brain would be that's in the monkey, would probably immediately notice that I can't feel my tail anymore.
Well, no, it has a tail.
Well, it has a tail, but it's a different spot.
Like
So it'd be like
the dolphin evolution pushed the dolphin's tail or puts the dolphin's feet into the back of its tail, which doesn't make much sense. Unless
it just went
really hard.
It was just like
But-
when you animate something and you're just like, let's just hide that detail.
Mm-hmm. And the monkey still has the legs separate from the end of
So
the
it
tail.
would feel like it just got its legs just.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a very weird feeling.
Its legs
Well-
are high, and they have hip bones now.
Yeah.
I don't think dolphins have hip bones. No, dolphins don't have hip bones.
The neurodivergent part of my head just imagined a monkey doing the cha-cha because of the hip bone thing. And I'm not disappointed.
No, I wouldn't.
Anyways, what I was saying, imagine that the monkey's brain, it is alone. And it does die. Does that mean if the monkey's brain dies, do they switch back to their bodies? Like, what exactly do you think would happen? Because would they switch bodies with would the dolphin permanently be stuck in the monkey? Would they swap brains and then the dolphin dies and the monkey lives and the monkey just had the most traumatic dream of its life? What happens?
I think
Because it's just the consciousness that's swapping.
It's a consciousness to swapping, but the brain controls the consciousness. So if the brain dies, the monkey inside the dolphin could die with it. It could
So
also work like a Bluetooth device where
Right.
they just one dies,
And it just
swap overs to
disconnects.
the other, so that the if the dolphin were to die, the dolphin's mind would die and the monkey would replace it. Or
So you're saying
They
they
both-
swap and then it would die with the thing that killed it. So
Mhm.
like if the monkey's brain died, the monkey's brain would go back to the monkey, but the monkey's body and the monkey's brain would both die because the monkey is what died.
no,
Oh,
well,
you're saying
I guess yeah, everyone would die.
they'd both die.
Or well, based off the situation, because the monkey with the dolphin's body would die, so the monkey's brain would have to go back up. No, one of them would die. Or they could just share the brain. Like there's like a Bluetooth device. The Bluetooth
device
works,
is connected.
but if you disconnect it, then one goes back to the other. But if you were to break it, well, with Bluetooth, it would go back to the other. If you were to break it, it doesn't actually have something to go back to, so it just disappears. But
It'd be like a Bluetooth device going into pairing mode. It would connect to the. Would it connect to the nearest thing or connect to the other thing?
It would either connect to the nearest thing, which would be pretty interesting.
So that opens up a whole other can of worms.
Yes, it would.
I am now an alligator. That's the weirdest dream of my life.
Or
I turned into a monkey and then an alligator
Mhm.
in the next 20 minutes.
Or it could they share the brain space, so it's
Like a voice in your head.
Yeah, so it's like a multi-conscious.
See, and if
monkey.
that happened with a human, more possibilities happen.
Mhm.
If the human was the nearest creature, maybe it was a zoo monkey. Maybe it was one that was in a zoo. And then it goes into some poor, like, oh, I'm just filming a video and boom, now there's something speaking.
But then what would happen to the creature that it traded with? It went to the nearest thing. Would it go to the nearest dead thing and bring it back, or would it go to the nearest thing and push the brain out, or would they share the brain?
I'm going to say that they would share the brain. Because then if it was a human, they would obviously very clearly go to the doctors eventually and be like, there's voices in here.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably be diagnosed with schizophrenia and take medicine for it and never be cured. Because it's not a medical related thing at this point. It's another soul.
Yeah.
So that'd be very weird. It almost reminded me of Venom.
Yeah, kind of. Except
Except
not
it wouldn't-
physical.
It wouldn't like actually show up or anything. You just like occasionally see a banana and your brain would lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a stereotype of monkeys? Like the actual species? Like, do they actually care that much about bananas?
Monkeys isn't really a species. It's a
Well,
genus.
true. The monkey, just monkeys in general, that like bananas. Is that a stereotype, or do they genuinely like?
It's a stereotype. A gorilla might see a banana and pick it up and peel it and eat it, but it's not gonna go banana. You know,
It's not gonna go bananas.
It's gonna maybe 3 genes of monkey, or no, 3 species of monkey go up to a banana and go crazy like it's a steak, you know, but not
Steak.
much. Not
Oh,
much
that was
monkey.
your example.
Mhm.
It's a steak, man.
Yeah,
Most
most
have the steak.
Oh, I gotta give me the steak now. But
What
most monkeys
What most people think that the Americans do.
hmm
See steak. Steak.
eat steak. You see steak, you eat steak. You don't stop there.
You make more steak.
This is why.
This is why burger places work.
Yes, this is why burger places work.
This is not factual.
But most monkeys like bugs, so
That's interesting. Also, I do know some like fruits. What like other fruits too? Because some of them they're kind of omnivores in a sense. They'll eat.
they're omnivores. They eat bug meat,
Yeah.
and I don't
They're,
think
I
they
feel
eat
like
fish.
I feel like they're the closest to us because they actually have palates.
Mhm.
I mean, I know that closest to us scientifically, all that blah blah blah. But also because food from just a food standpoint, they have palates of food.
Mhm.
They will have meals essentially. They'll have like fruit with other things next to it. Whereas other things will just be like, I'm just gonna kill this sheep, eat this sheep, and leave and feed my family.
Yeah.
But the monkey's like, see, I'll have a mango and a pineapple. Obviously, those are probably very wrong. But mango and pineapple, I'll have them both. It's kind of like the ratatouille whole thing. Obviously, not to such extremes, but get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They mix food and stuff like that. And I find that so interesting. So cool.
Yeah, but even large primates like gorillas don't eat fish and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Which shocks me. I think they would eat slightly larger things.
Yeah, no, they just eat simple things, which I also find hilarious. You see this like big giant like King Kong thing?
Mm-hmm.
Grapes.
Yeah, they would love the grapes.
They love the grapes, man.
Also, don't feed your dog grapes.
Don't-
It's much worse
Don't
than
do
chocolate.
That. Don't do that. Yeah, please don't. Yeah, this has been a public service announcement.
A dog can eat. A dog can eat like 5 Oreos and maybe be fine.
That was empty.
Depending on the size. But 1 grape, and you might have to see a vet. Like, if it's a smaller dog, 1 grape, oh, sorry about that, you know?
That was... I just tried to take a drink and mine was empty, and then you just realized that was empty?
Yeah.
Nice.
Emptiness.
Emptiness. We are all empty.
What if, when one goes dead, they both go brain dead? So it's just body.
So it's kind of like... You're saying it's kind of like a remote where it needs both batteries. Because now those 2 brains are connected. They're both powering 2, even though separate things, it needs them both. So if one of them dies, both shut off. Kind of like a Wii remote. You need 2 batteries in it.
You could charge them, and they would go back to their thing.
But if one battery dies, the entire remote doesn't work.
So what like brain dead people don't naturally grab food, eat food. You know, they just lay there and die, physically. But if it's brain dead, would it still have the
Motor
natural?
control?
Yeah.
So would it be like dead, but because its other consciousness is back, would it just like have the control, but it be in like a weird hazy state?
No. The dolphin monkey and the monkey dolphin.
Which one's name? Would the name is the name that's first the mind?
I'm gonna
clarify that.
Yeah. The name that's first is the mind.
Okay, so like if you say monkey dolphin, it is the dolphin's body. Okay.
No, if it's monkey dolphin, it's the monkey's
No.
brain, dolphin's body.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So the monkey dolphin, if it were to die, the other one would go brain dead. So it's just so the dolphin monkey, which is
the dolphin that's testing out what its hands do.
It would disconnect.
The Bluetooth device is disconnected.
And it would go nowhere. And then it would just be a monkey that's brain dead.
Would the consciousness of the dolphin just dissipate? Would it just kind of gone?
It might dissipate. It might leave. It could be plugged back in, like if you were to recharge the monkey. Which is
with them.
Also defibrillators. They don't start hearts. They stop hearts. So if your heart stopped, don't use it. No, I shouldn't give you that advice because it could. No, I know I'm right, but it could still help out.
Here.
So I should not give you medical advice. Do not listen to what I say. I'm right, but in most contexts, not all contexts. So just be cautious.
Don't listen to him. He's crazy.
Just be cautious when you use one, is all I'm trying to say.
We're going to have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of
of
all episodes.
Defibrillators should be used carefully.
Defibrillator.
Don't listen.
It's defibrillator. Defibrillator.
You can pronounce it that way, I guess. But
it's spelled that way.
But what I'm saying, defibrillators don't start hearts from when they stop. They do more than that.
Disclaimer, we have not researched that topic enough to actually understand it enough. We're going off of pure knowledge.
We don't understand how it works, but we understand how it doesn't. Because of the science teacher.
It doesn't strike us with lightning.
My science teacher has a PhD, so is...
No, dog!
Well, yeah, but like a PhD in health. He has a PhD in health and biology.
I think that's funny how your head was like, actually, yeah, he's right. And then it was like, oh, wait. Like, you just sat there for a second like, he's right. Oh. Like, it was that moment of, like, disconnection. Like, he's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does have a PhD.
But he has the PhD in the biology and chemistry and was a medic in the Army. Or the Air Force. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so he has lots of background and stuff like that. There's a defibrillator right outside of his classroom.
Nice.
So what don't listen to me completely, but I'm right in a lot of what I'm saying.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. All right, now you can say.
What was I saying? Defibrillators. They do stuff with the heart. Millions of people die every year because of defibrillators. Defibrillator.
You're gonna kill
Millions of people die every year because of because of heart stoppers. Help us now. Stop the Heartstoppers. Famous actress name. No, yes, it's an actress because typically actresses do that kind of ad, not actors.
Okay, so name an actress. Okay. Too late, Emma Watson. The only reason I said that was because I looked over there and I saw a Harry Potter book somewhere. Or at least something that looked like a Harry Potter book. And my brain just like, oh, they have movies of that. Oh, yeah, that.
Sure.
That one right there. Well, I know it's not a Harry Potter book. It kind of reminds me of the
big
cover.
fancy one?
Yeah, it just reminds me of the cover of one. It does.
I'm just being silent because I don't know what to say.
Okay.
It's not disapproval.
It's just okay. All right.
It's disapproval.
What about Halle Berry? That's another female actress.
Halle Berry. Who else? Scarlett Johansson.
We sound like the most stereotypical guys ever right now.
We're just naming actresses.
I know, but like the top 3 that we just named, it's like, oh, they're the ones everyone lists.
Mm-hmm.
I find it.
Who else is there? The one lady who was in that movie.
Well, isn't Meryl Streep? Yeah, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep's one. See, we're not crazy. We're not crazy.
We know actresses. Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
My mom used to think her name was
Anne
Billie
Hathaway.
Bobby Brown.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, yep.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, obviously.
Julia Roberts. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Aniston. Emma Stone. Okay, now they're popping back to me. What's a few else?
Still not doing.
Oh, yeah, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, yes.
Oh my goodness, Reese without a spoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
I know Reese without. Natalie Portman.
Natalie.
Anyways,
she really grew up and looked different. Not bad, but different.
I don't know why we just went on the rant trying to name female actresses.
Let's name actors now.
Chuck, no, I'm just kidding.
So,
Chris Hemsworth.
Divergent Dolphin.
Chris Hemsworth. I'm just kidding. Another thing that I find really, really weird about this whole dolphin situation and, the dolphin, the monkey, if it, monkey is alone, dies, and then it goes into the human's mind, what happens? Like, what's both of the people's thought process is there?
No,
like, what do you imagine?
It's a monkey and a human inside a human?
Yes. So what do you imagine, like, if we did a play out, so, like, let's do a conversation within a head. So, like, if I'm the guy filming something, I'm making the video, and then the monkey just dies. What's the first thing the monkey does in his head? So
the monkey has a heart attack in his head. The monkey screams. The monkey screams.
Okay. So
it experienced death and then was reborn into something unfamiliar. So it goes into panic
would it
attack.
scream in perfect English? Or would this thing just be speaking a completely foreign language in the back of his head? And would he have to teach
I don't think monkeys speak language.
Would it? No, they communicate.
They can communicate, but not through language.
Language has many definitions.
Yes, but it's words that are assigned to different objects or things.
Sure, that's fair.
Well,
birds have a language, technically.
Well, birds tweet to each other, but that's not necessarily a language.
No. There's actually a guy who scripted out. He can't really translate it, but he does have he made like the bird language, so he can actually translate a full sentence into whistling. It's really cool.
Do you know scientists have communicated with whales before? They said
they
said hi in well.
Dory?
No, I think they just clicked a couple times.
Dory.
Mm-hmm.
Dory.
Yeah, Dory. Do you know what are they called? Fat pigs, hippos. Hippos are more close.
Fat pigs, hippos. That's your thought process.
Hippos are more closely related to whales than they are to any other animal.
Well,
do you know hippos actually communicate the same way whales do?
They're the same size.
And hippos can't swim either. They just bounce underwater. They prance like little princess horses underwater.
I was about to say, aren't they usually like you see them like every documentary? You pull up here. Let me just do this test. If I pull up picture of a hippo, let's do this.
Yeah, they just bounce underwater.
Picture of a hippo. Images. In water. They're all in water. So you'd really, when you said they don't swim, I was about to be like,
yeah, but they just prance around underwater. Also, What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, and you know how like elephants have tusks and beavers and stuff. They have the long two front teeth, but you don't really see any animal that has more than one set of long teeth.
Saber-tooth. Yeah, because saber-tooth tigers went extinct.
Saber-tooth tigers only, but it's only one set.
True, that's actually fair.
The narwhal only has one, not even a set. It just has one. Elephants, they have two. Badgers, not badgers. Why am I thinking badgers? Rodents, they have two. The two front ones. Hippos have three.
Oh wow.
They have the two bottom ones, like upside down mouse heads. Then they have these two tusks up here that point outward like that, and then they have the giant tusks that go up inside here. It's really crazy. They have 6 long teeth, 3 sets.
Nice. I want to go back to the would you rather. Well, the would you rather. Yeah, we'll talk more about the neurodivergent dolphin later. We'll kind of bring it up in other episodes. So we'll have different segments of that dolphin. He'll be making appearances. But I would like to go back to would you rather, because this episode's kind of been up and back and forth, and I'm probably going to get a lot of people who are like, that episode was everywhere. That's the whole point of this episode. Because it's the neurodivergent dolphin and / would you rather. Mm-hmm. So, would you rather be able to speak every language or talk to animals? It's a very common one. This is a very common question. I know my answer.
Speak every language.
There we go.
I don't want to feel sympathy for the animals.
Exactly. I don't want to be killing a spider and hear the pleas about me having a family. Mm-hmm. It's like, don't! I have a family. I'm just trying to feed them. Mm-hmm. And now I feel guilty.
Or know that I can talk to the pigs I'm about to slaughter, you know?
That'd be terrible. You're looking at a pigeon. I hate that thing. And it turns to you and says, screw you too, man. That'd be so... Actually, that'd be hilarious.
It would, but then you'd have to shoot the pigeon.
And then you'd have...
if the animals acted like that, I would feel no sympathy for them, and I would just want to kill them more.
In New York, because that'd be hilarious.
Screw you! And then you
hear you're in traffic, you look at a pigeon or something like that, like, get out of the way! You too! And just keeps walking. That'd be beautiful. Mm-hmm. Would you rather always feel hungry or always feel tired? So have that insatiable hunger. So you could just eat and eat and eat, nothing fills you. Or you could just sleep and sleep and sleep and nothing fills you. You'll either feel empty or empty. There's 2 different ways to this.
Well, this...
physically or emotionally.
I guess empty. It does work like that. But I would rather feel tired.
Stop scratching the microphone. That's probably making a terrible sound.
Ooh.
Sorry about the noise. There's probably a noise. Stop touching the mic.
Sorry.
We'll have to get you a fake mic so you can scratch it.
I just didn't realize what I was doing.
And then you probably realize in the recording it's going to be like... Argh.
Yeah, we need to have a convention for Dylan mic touching.
The mic scratching, that'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, always hungry or always tired?
Always tired.
I have to agree with you, simply because...
Being hungry? Well, you continue.
Oh, I just don't want to feel hungry all the time because you could get really unhealthy really, really quickly. You could very, very quickly go down a hole of always eating, always eating, always eating, always eating, always eating. And whereas sleeping, you could, do constantly. It's not as bad as the other one.
Mm-hmm. And sleeping does not put you through pain. Being overly hungry can put you through pain.
Yeah. Because you could also have more serious health concerns from the other one, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, the lack of sleep is very bad.
Well, yeah, if you're always tired, you wouldn't really have a lack of sleep. You would actually have oversleep. Rather than
I guess it would just be a side effect of over melatonin instead of not enough activity. Because you could do all the same things and get all the good enough sleep, and your body would be fine and you'd be active. You're just pump out melatonin constantly.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's a disease. Let's look up.
Yes. Is it like an over thing of melatonin? There's probably that, and there's also lack of melatonin, which I believe is insomnia. I mean, I know what insomnia is. I just don't know if that's exactly what it is, or or if there's more things to it, because I'm not as educated in that. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna make the assumption and have the benefit of the doubt.
Yes. All right. Can your body nonstop produce melatonin?
Blah, 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 blah. What does it say? Gradually starts about 2 hours before bedtime.
That's not what we want.
Not exactly.
Can anyone not stop producing melatonin? I can't word it right. It doesn't know what I'm trying to say.
All right. Yes, that one.
Would you rather have a knife when you need a spoon or a spoon when you need a knife? A knife when you need a spoon or a spoon when you need a knife?
So if you went to go grab a spoon, you'd instead only have knives. Or if you're like, hey, I need a knife, and you try to open it and you only have spoons.
I'd rather have spoons when I need a knife. Because you can still use spoons to cut stuff. You can't use knife. Because what if it's a sharp knife, not just a butter knife? What if it's a sharp... And if you're eating cereal, no knife is going to help you.
True, that's fair. I'll actually have to give you that one. That one, I actually agree with you on. First I was thinking the other way around. But now that I think about it, yeah. Having the spoon would be much better. While it's not as efficient at cutting, it'd probably be so much better than like, oh, I'm going to have some soup and have the flattest surface in your hand and disappointment rushing through your skull.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, that'd be weird.
That would
be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I just started scrolling down a list of some of these too, because we came up with a bunch of these as well. Some of these are just hilarious. Would you rather speak in a baby voice for a day, or be spoken to in a baby voice for a day? So everyone who talks to you has that baby voice, but obviously you would have no memory of it or anything like that, or maybe I don't know. You'd either feel
people talk to you like you're stupid,
or you're the one who talks stupid.
Hey, do you need a nap? Or, you know
or
that...
you're the one who has to talk stupid.
Yeah.
Not really stupid, but less educated.
Yeah, I would...
It's actually an interesting one when I think about it more. Because it's not like it's life-changing, it's just like...
I would rather be talked to that way, so that it's not me talking that way, so I don't get... so that it's not something that I have to live through the rest of my life. But it's... something everyone else does, and you can have some good insults when people talk to you that way.
True, actually, that is fair. I'd rather be talked to that way, talked to that way. That'd be a pretty good one. 16.
Would you rather kiss everyone you meet or never kiss anyone again? Kiss everyone you meet. The French do it. The Italians do it. They just go.
Well, I think your answer was so like, oh, I know already, man.
Yeah, it's so simple. You don't have to full on make out with them. You just. It's just a cheek touch.
Yeah, I was actually going to say kiss everyone you meet, but I didn't think of it like that. I was just like, that'd be better than the other option. But now the way you put it puts more evidence on that side.
And it's very respectful and respectable in certain cultures, like the Italians.
True. So you just move to Italy and Spain, and boom. You just go there.
I don't know if the Spanish do it.
Sorry, not Spain. I meant to say France, but then in my head I imagined Spain for some reason. Would you rather be followed by a band everywhere you go, or have someone who narrates your life? So, like, someone very clearly, like, if you're in a hallway and you do something embarrassing, there's, like, just a voice that is like, Jonathan dropped his books in awe! And, like, everyone can hear it.
I'd rather have the band.
I'd rather have the narrator. I think, even though it sucks
I'd rather be the narrator.
I know that having the narrator would suck at sometimes. It'd be perfect at other times. Like, playing games and doing that 30-second moment where you become the best player ever, that narrator would have at the time of his life.
But then also, if you did something that you
double kill. Sorry.
But also, if you did something you don't want anyone to know about, the narrator,
screaming voice.
The narrator, if you have a nice narrator, they're not going to do much about it. They're just going to describe as he did this thing in secret. But if you have a mean narrator, they're going to describe it out word for word and be loud.
As Jonathan told this to her. The entire hallway heard me speaking. That'd be funny.
Yes. But I would rather have the band, because then, as long as it's not like bad
it's
music,
intentionally bad, like the worst circumstances. Like you're at a funeral and you're like, party rock. Like,
okay, yeah, I'd rather have the narrator.
Oh my goodness! I just realized how hilarious that would be. You go like other things, you go to hang out with your friends and you just hear like the most depressing music, or the most just random, annoying. Trying to watch a video and just random, complete, like, essentially it's like Spotify shuffle everything. You go to like every song ever, shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be what? Oh, you just pointed out how long the episode's been? Yeah, I know. I've been watching it like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather
I'm just
give
wondering
up?
how long it's gonna be.
True. Would you rather give up showering or the internet for a month?
A shower. I mean internet. Internet.
He's like, whoa,
I was thinking of the reason why I would give up internet, and so I was gonna start that sentence with something about showering, but
Yeah. Explain. Blah.
you want to get whipped. So I would rather give up the internet. First of all, it's not beneficial in any way. Showering is.
Yeah.
You don't need it to have a good social life.
Exactly.
You do need showering. You don't need it to be healthy. You need showering.
Yeah, I agree with you on every single one of these fronts, except for that first thing that you said, which was showering. But
okay,
I'm just kidding. Don't worry. But if you have another answer, go take a shower. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
Go take a shower right now.
And another thing, because I know a couple people that are. Even if you're a second grader, you should take a shower every single day.
Or at least every other day. Minimum.
Yes, but if you're above 5th grade, you should take a shower every day.
Yes.
Every day. And I still know people that take showers every other day and complain with their mom, I don't want to take a shower.
It becomes routine.
We know people closely like that. They don't smell bad, but it's still not good.
Yeah. I think we both know who we're talking about.
We might.
Did we see them today?
Yes.
We were talking about the same guy. Awesome.
All right.
I just realized how many people we actually saw today, so I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about it after.
It was the guy at Harmon's.
There were so many of them. I'm just kidding. Would you rather have every meal you eat for the rest of your life be too spicy or too sweet? And then I'll add a part 2 to this question later.
Like
far too spicy. Like you cannot have a drink without it or you will suffer. Actually, even with a drink, you will suffer. Or so sweet that it won't have any really bad health concerns. It'll just taste like, I am going to absolutely get something bad from this.
I'd rather have too bitter because you can get over the bitterness quickly.
That wasn't an option.
But if it's too sweet, it becomes bitter.
True, I guess. Fine.
So anything sweet enough is bitter. So I'd rather have it too sweet because it gets over faster. If it's too spicy, it's always too spicy.
Fun fact, spice.
Forever.
Fun fact, the reason that spicy, I mean, while it's a flavor, it's actually a feeling that you feel. So it is actual pain. When you feel spicy things, it is quite literally pain on your tongue. It's not bad for you or anything. It's not like it's stabbing you constantly, but it is legitimate pain. So even if you have loss of taste, if you eat something spicy, you will actually still feel the pain.
Yes.
Fun fact, because it is just pain. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably say too spicy because while you'd feel really cool, you'd be dying inside partially. But like that feeling cool part's the best part.
How would that feel cool?
Well, it wouldn't feel cool. Like if someone's with you and you look at your food and you're just like, this is way too much spice. And then you just take a bite because you know you have to. Eventually, first of all, you'd eventually get somewhat used to the spice.
No, it's always too spicy.
It's always...
Once you get used to this spice, it goes up a level.
True. So, but I guess it'd feel more like a challenge. At some point, you wouldn't get used to the spice necessarily, but you get used to the idea of it being a challenge. Like, okay, if I can handle this, which I clearly will never be able to handle this, but if I start being able to handle this, you can get more and more and more. And people will look at you like eventually you're just going to have a plate of ghost peppers and you're just going to be eating them like no one's business while crying inside.
You won't physically be used to it, but mentally you'll be prepared.
You'll be more mentally prepared than like, oh, okay, this is, just a regular, a bowl of mac and cheese. Sugar!
Yeah.
Like, just, why? That'd be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, please. I just thought about how bad that would be. Would you rather speak only in riddles or only in rhyme? So people you have to sound like Dr. Seuss or like Shakespeare, essentially. I take the riddles.
Oh yeah, me too.
Take riddles. It would just sound more elegant. Well, if it was always speak like Dr. Seuss and you started making songs, you would probably immediately become a rap artist or just a really, really good song artist, depending on what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did go into rap, you'd probably be very good at it very quickly. Because you could try to say a normal sentence, but your brain is just going to force you to say it like, riddles or rap or whatever. So that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But riddles, that just sounds so like elegant.
Yes.
Like, imagine giving someone a compliment and they have to like, that was good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you walk away, you say something to them, you walk away, and they're just like, oh.
Yes.
And it just would hit slightly different than that.
All right, let's have a couple more and then maybe end because my pants are way too tight.
You'd rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
Covered in scales.
Absolutely, scales. While fur keeps me warm, scales, awesome. Just awesome.
And you're more likely not to die of
Exactly.
being burned alive.
Or stabbed, really.
And when you wear fur, no offense, but I mean to hurt you deeply, furries. I'm not one. I'm not going to be one, and I don't want to be one.
Perfect.
And I don't want to know one.
Would you rather spend a week in the woods without a tent or spend a night in a real haunted house? Like an actual one?
In the woods.
I'll take the haunted house.
Why? It's haunted.
I know it's haunted, but
You're gonna die.
Oh, actually, I was getting to that. Let's say in this circumstance, not either way you can't die. So haunted house you can't die, woods you can't die.
Okay. Well, you'll get traumatized deeply.
Or knowing you can't die, imagine screwing with that ghost. Like staring, like someone opens, like, you know, you just see like a door open and you just slam it like no one's business. Like, oh.
But what if you know you? But what if you don't know you won't die? You go out and the outcome will be not dying, but it's just one of the alternative universes.
Well, then I'd take the woods probably. But if you know you don't die, that'd be so funny.
I don't choose the
That'd
haunted
be
house.
beautiful. You go in there, you know, the sink turns on, just like stupid pipes, and you just like unplug something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lights turning on and off. Like, what's the matter with you? Punches a light bulb.
Yeah.
Sees a ghost in the corner, turns on a vacuum, like. Brrr.
You see the devil and like
You just stare him. You just stare at him like.
you can start dancing and he'll go. You can do whatever you want.
He's like, you can't hurt me.
You could get incredibly physically wounded by certain things, but you wouldn't die.
Yeah. And none of the things could lead to death. So, like, even if you got stabbed and it doesn't kill you while you're there, it can't lead to death.
Yeah.
So.
And there's just as much chance of that
and
as
you
there
can't
is
get it, and you can't
being
get
in
a
the
limb
woods.
cut off because, like, if it has a high chance of death, it can't happen to you either.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like, I will strike you with lightning, you cannot. You'll get like you'll get like a static shock. You'll be like, ah.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny though. Going to a house, knowing it's haunted, you hear like, woo, is the window open? It's like, I can just like see the ghost just like staring, you know, like seeing you walk by, just like,
yeah.
Are you mental?
Mm-hmm.
Are you mental or just brave?
you think?
Do you think or do you not?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're either. Why?
Well, let's end here, guys.
Let's end here because that was startling. I wasn't expecting that. What was that?
We were doing that earlier. Looks like we are getting
revenged. We're getting revenged. So we're gonna have to end here before we get copyright stricken because someone's gonna be playing music from this. Actually, I could just unplug it.
You can.
Never mind, the plug's not there. Where's the plug? Oh well.
Well.
Turn it off. Bye.
The mic is muted.
Oh, don't have to spam that button.
Well, we're gonna have to.
Turn it
mic's
off.
back on.
Turn it off. All right.
The mic's back on.
I'm gonna have to turn this off
The
now
mic's
because
back
they're
on.
deciding to screw with us for
The
some
mic's
reason.
back on. The mic's
Give
back
me a
on.
second.
The mic is muted.
Don't copyright
mic's
strike
back
us.
on.
Dylan,
the mic
unplug
is
it.
muted.
Unplug it.
The mic's back on.
There we go. My goodness.
We're gonna edit all of this, anyways.
I don't know if we can. If we can't edit that, luckily there wasn't enough amount of time to be copyright stricken. The person watching this video who did that,
No schmeeve.
not funny.
No schmeeve.
Startling, but not funny.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You should get haunted by a ghost.
You should get it. You should enter a house, but you don't know.
Yeah. You don't know.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right,
You should
goodbye.
sit down. Thank you, everyone, for listening and for watching. For those of you that watched, and for those of you who were on Spotify and didn't watch. Go back, watch the whole thing. It's amazing. Thank you again for all of the listeners. We're going to be uploading more often. I know I've said that several times over and over again, but now that we have video and they updated the interface, and I actually prefer the interface now, we'll definitely do it now because it's so much easier. So much easier.
So much easier.
So thank you so much for listening. Be safe out there. Remember who you are. Peace, everyone.
Oh, also, we will be filming in different locations depending on the group of people.
Yes, there might be different locations.
Yeah, so there could be some changes.
Could be some changes coming up. Thank you, everyone.
All right, see you.
See you.